Welcome to the Stations of Light, Meditations on the Resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Good morning. I'm Deacon Brian McCaffrey of the Diocese of Superior, Wisconsin. May the peace of the risen Christ be with you. Welcome to the first station of light. Jesus rises from the dead. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you, because by your holy cross and your glorious resurrection, you have redeemed the world. In the darkness of that Easter dawn, you left death behind. You rose to free all humankind. Our gospel passage for the first station of light is from Luke chapter 24. But at daybreak, on the first day of the week, they took the spices they had prepared and went to the tomb. They found the stone rolled away from the tomb, but when they entered, they did not find the body of Jesus. While they were puzzling over this, behold, two men in dazzling garments appeared to them. They were terrified and bowed their faces down to the ground. They said to them, "Why do you seek the living one among the dead? He is not here, but he has been raised. Remember what he said to you while he was still in Galilee, that the Son of Man must be handed over to sinners and be crucified and rise on the third day." And they remembered his words. Then they returned from the tomb and announced all these things to the 11 and to all the others. The women were Mary Magdalene, Joanna, and Mary the mother of James. The others who accompanied them also told this to the apostles, but their story seemed like nonsense, and they did not believe them. Our reflection begins with this stand of 4 big-tooth aspen trees. One right here, second there, a third right there, and a fourth here. Interestingly enough, they form a very unique community because they are probably clones of one another. Originally growing up from a founding tree decades ago, they're now all about the same height, and also they are united in purpose. Within a few weeks they will flower and eventually send forth their seeds with a common purpose: to have those seeds ride on the wind far and near to form new aspen communities. On Easter Sunday morning, we meet another community, a very special community of women. In Luke's Gospel, we learn the names of 3 of them: Mary of Magdala, Mary, the mother of James, and Joanna. And from Mark's Gospel, we learn the name of a 4th, Salome. Together, those women, just like our 4 aspen, were united in purpose. Their purpose was to honor and reverence their departed Lord. But when the women arrived at the tomb, they found it empty. The Lord was not there. But there were 2 angels who announced his resurrection, that he had risen from the dead, that he had conquered sin and death. And then the angels sent them off to tell the apostles. The Greek word for send off is apostolos. So in a very real sense, the women who went to the tomb were the first apostles. Indeed, they were the apostles to the apostles. The women who went to the tomb were also the first martyrs. The Greek word martyr means witness. And so the women who went to the tomb on that first Easter Sunday morning were the first witnesses, the first martyrs of the resurrection. Of course, they also shared with the many Christian martyrs down through the centuries the tragedy of having their witness rejected. In this case, rejected by those who should have been most eager and willing to hear the good news, the apostles themselves. Jesus had prophesied to them 3 times that he would die, but then rise on the 3rd day. But they didn't believe. Nonetheless, those 4 women who came from the tomb with the good news fulfilled their mission to proclaim the gospel. May we have the grace and strength to do the same, to proclaim the truth about the risen Lord, so that that message, like the aspen seeds borne on the wind, may be spread far and wide, even in the face of doubt and disbelief. And now for our closing prayer, let's listen to the words of St. Ambrose. Let your door stand open to receive him. Unlock your soul to him. Offer him a welcome in your mind. And then you will see the riches of simplicity, the treasures of peace, the joy of grace. Throw wide the gate of your heart. Stand before the sun of everlasting light. Thanks for joining us for the first Station of Light. May God bless you abundantly.